I'm Burt True with the law firm True & Associates. Today I'm going to give you the 7 things that you should do after a wreck, and 1 thing you shouldn't do. Number 1, keep an emergency kit in your glove compartment. You should have done this before the wreck, hopefully. You should carry a cell phone, pen and paper for taking notes, a disposable camera to take photos, and you also want to keep a card that has medical information such as allergies and conditions that may require special attention in case you're seriously injured and can't give that information to the authorities. You could also include in your trunk a flashlight, a reusable camera, accident documentation, cones, warning signals, and emergency flares. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Think about safety first, because drivers involved in wrecks, sometimes the wrecks are minor. You want to move your car to the side of the road, because I have seen a lot of times where my clients were injured because they were hit a second time by another driver coming down the road. Had one case where a fellow was pulled over on the side of the road working on his car, and even though he was all the way over on the shoulder, a driver came by high on methamphetamines and ran into the rear of his car and killed him. If you are in a wreck, you want to exchange information with the other driver. What information do you want to get? You want to get their name, address, phone number, insurance company, policy number, driver's license number, and license plate tag number. And you want to ask if the person who's driving the car is the same person as who owns the car. This makes a huge difference because remember, insurance always follows the vehicle. So a lot of times I've seen where people got the driver's information but they didn't get the car owner's information, so they can't find out what the insurance is on the vehicle. You want to take photographs and document the wreck scene while you're there. Obviously, if you're not seriously injured, haven't been taken away in an ambulance, use your camera to take pictures of all the vehicles, and you want to document where the vehicles were, what witnesses there were, write down the names of the witnesses and get their phone numbers and addresses. That could be very helpful if the other driver disputes your version. And don't necessarily, just because someone agrees and says, oh, I hope this was all my fault, that the other, they will change their story later. So make sure you get documentation of what actually happened. You want to file an accident report. Although law enforcement officers sometimes won't respond if there aren't injuries or major injuries in the wreck, you still want to call the police and file a police report, maybe go to the police station. You don't want to let the other driver do this because, frankly, their version of the events, especially after the fact, may be different from yours, after they've had a chance to talk to their insurance company and their lawyer. So you want to make sure that you're the one that files the accident report. You need to know what your insurance covers. The whole insurance process will be easier if you know what your insurance covers. And 7, most importantly, get medical attention if you need it. If there's any possibility that you may be injured, you need to go to the doctor, go to the hospital, and get medical attention. If you don't go to the hospital, then you can't recover for your injuries. And furthermore, a lot of people don't realize they're hurt until after the wreck. So, for example, it may be a couple days later when you realize that you were actually kind of running on adrenaline right after the wreck and you actually are pretty badly hurt. Delays in medical treatment will hurt your case if you later have to argue that you were hurt in the wreck. Now there's an issue, a lot of people, they try to tough it out, tough guys, they don't want to go see the doctor after a wreck. That's a mistake. That's a huge mistake. Go ahead and see the doctor, get the medical attention you need, and that way you'll be able to prove up your claim later. And also, another thing to keep in mind is, even if you don't have health insurance, you should go to the emergency room, see the doctor, because you'll be able to recover later if the wreck wasn't your fault, and so you need to get the treatment now while you need it instead of trying to tough it out because you don't have health insurance. One thing you should not do not give a recorded statement. If an insurance adjuster calls you up and wants you to give a recorded statement, they're only doing that for one reason. They're trying to get you to say something that they can use against you. Don't make that mistake. You should never discuss your injuries with anyone except your lawyer, and you shouldn't give any recorded statements unless your lawyer is present. Of course, it won't cost you anything to contact my law firm, and if you have any additional questions or anything, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Burt True with True and Associates. If you have a suggestion for a topic, please post it in the comments below. If you're watching on my blog, you can subscribe to my blog by email. Just click the link below that says subscribe by email. You can follow the blog on Google+, and that'll keep you updated with new posts to the blog. If you want to talk about something in private, you can click the Google Voice gadget below on this blog, and you will enter your telephone number and Google Voice will connect us by telephone. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications of new videos. You can click the links on this video to view my law firm's television commercial or other interesting videos on personal injury, medical malpractice, and wrongful death topics. You can follow me on Twitter at Burt True and on Google Plus at Burt True. You'll get notice when I post a new video. I'm Burt True with True and Associates.